how are you? So I'm dual living. We're on Instagram and Facebook, so I will do my best to say hello to everyone and navigate questions. It's a beautiful day here in sunny California, and here we go. All right, hi Kenny, how are you? Oh my gosh, it's been forever. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. So we're gonna take a deep breath in to start. Deep breath out. Just pressing the palms together. This is a connection of the masculine and feminine, the sun, the moon, the left and the right brain, the yin and the yang, the light and the dark. Together we know this as harmony and grace, and this is the space we want to thrive in, to live in, to just understand that this is our birthright to really ground ourselves into our truth and thrive in all areas of our life, whether it's love and relationships, health and wellness, creative expression, or career and money. We deserve absolutely everything that we desire, and we're talking about how meditation can get you there. So welcome back to Meditation versus Medication, the science of the 9 regions of the mind that are affected by meditation and how we can upgrade our life. Right? We upgrade our phones, we upgrade our TVs, our computers, our cars. When was the last time you upgraded your mind? So today we're talking about what's better, EQ or IQ, right? EQ or IQ. EQ, emotional intelligence, and IQ, intelligence of your mind, right? Intelligence. And so we're really talking about the part of the brain today. Let's see if I can get this word right. I actually listened to a little sound thing to make sure. Temporo-parietal junction. So they call it the TPJ, thank God. So I don't have to say that 1,000 times. Temporo-parietal junction. That's the part of your mind that connects to your emotional intelligence. So we're gonna talk about that for a sec. So IQ gets you hired and EQ gets you promoted, according to Time magazine. Hi Ben, oh my gosh, how are you? Tell Sasha I said hi and give her a giant hug. So IQ gets you hired and EQ gets you promoted, according to Time magazine. And once upon a time, just about every scientist would have answered IQ. IQ is the most accurate way to measure how successful you will be in this world based on how smart you are. IQ determines how well you will soar in this world. So if you got a perfect SAT score, scientists would say, well then guess what? You're getting that corner office with that window view and your name on the placard. Scientists would say if you can memorize, 1,000 digits of pi, then you have a seat in the Senate, right? You're off to an incredible career. If you can solve a Rubik's Cube, do you guys remember what Rubik's Cubes are? Those little gadgets that you would turn and make all the colors match? Oh my gosh, I'm memorized by those. But if you could solve a Rubik's Cube in 6.54 seconds, which I could not do, then you were headed to NASA. Like basically the scientists said, if your mind has this ability, then this was your guarantee in life for success. However, 2019, things are different. The studies have been done over and over again, and we have proven facts. So today we know better than this. And it's not about the super genius that always ascend to the top of their field. It's not about how far we soar because we can quickly solve problems. We have a more accurate crystal ball right now, if you will. And so let's do some research here. In 1996, psychologist Daniel Goleman published a groundbreaking book about the psychological community or the psychology of our minds. And it basically turned the community like crazy. Everyone was like ranting and raving over it. It was a big to-do. And his bestseller was called The Emotional Intelligence, Why It Matters More Than IQ. Why does your emotional intelligence matter more than your IQ? And so he did a case study, EQ over IQ, and it was so compelling that academic textbooks then changed. They had to be rewritten because of all the information that he found. It was that strong. It was that profound. I don't know. I think that's pretty freaking rad. So what kind of characteristics does a high EQ individual display? People who have a high EQ, which you can actually take a test, it's quite cool. Just Google it, you'll come up with a free test and you can measure it on yourself. And they're basically a master at both work and play. My score was 136 and I was in a top 10%. So I would definitely share that I am an emotionally intelligent human being. I'm proud to say that because I've done a lot of self-work, and I've done a lot of exploration of the mind and how this all connects, and I'm a very conscious living human being. I'm very proud of that. Hi, Sasha. Oh my gosh, what are you guys doing? I miss you all. Big hugs, Sasha and Ben in Arizona. Oh my gosh. Yes. So they usually have high EQ individuals, usually have prosperous careers. They generally have long-lasting and fulfilling relationships. They have tons of friends, and they're very generous people. They're very empathetic. They're self-motivated. Their ability to love and be loved. I mean, I could go on and on about how these people function in the world and how successful they are in that area. Now, we're not all born with this fixed amount of EQ. Figuring out how to fill up your EQ tank, if you will, is what psychologists have been studying over these years. And that's what's really cool about what we're talking about today. After all, I mean, like, I like to be, smarter in my intelligence of my emotional levels, and I'd like to be a little more popular and a little more successful in life. I mean, who doesn't want to have success and be loved by all those, that we encounter in life? We are individuals in this world that crave love, that crave connection, and we also crave success. That's something that's just inside of us. That's what we're built for. And so how does meditation build a bigger, more emotionally intelligent brain? How does meditation correlate with that? Well, in 2013, the goal of mapping out the EQ regions of your brain were done at the University of Illinois. And they scanned 152 veterans, and they basically, these guys were engaging in emotionally intelligent exercises, and they were measuring their brains at this. So they found that the brain map imaging showed that one particular region of the brain, the temporo-parietal junction, TPJ, so you can say it a bunch of times. That took some practice, I promise you. Let's see if I can do it again. Temporo-parietal junction is especially important in this area of boosting your EQ while meditating. So this area of your brain is kind of like the EQ, what would you say, like a command and control center. If anyone is into the Star Wars theme park that's happening over at Disney right now, it's a huge big to-do, right? The command centers of these incredible, in our imaginations, driving these ships. Figuring out how to strengthen this area, figuring out how to fill this EQ tank up has just been incredible science behind this. So they found that when they go into this area of the mind and they measure this while meditation is happening, these levels are boosted. And while, you can think about like, hey, I'm just not built that way, but we can do anything we want to do if it's something we're willing to try, right? If you're just not that person, right? We're not all born with that fixed amount of emotional intelligence, and that's okay. We can be willing to make that shift. We can be willing to dive into something new and explore and see what it's about and start to recognize the incredible benefits that come along with it. Because I can pretty much guarantee it. If you stick to something and you try it, you don't need a brain transplant. You don't need that headache. You just need to try. Because guess what? Meditation has got you covered. And that's what we're talking about today. Meditation and the regions of the brain that are hugely influenced by it so that you can live your truest, most authentic self and show up with success in all areas of your life. So I got one more study for you because I love science, and if you're just like, I'm not sure, Ames. 2016, a team of Spanish and German researchers researched MRIs they did this time on the images of the brains of 13 brand new meditationers. Is that a word? Meditationers. Newbies to meditation. There you go. And so these are never meditated before, and they did a 40-day mindfulness training through meditation. And what did they find? Not only in addition to reducing the anxiety, the stress, and depression in these meditators, in just 6 short weeks, they had significantly increased their internal consistency of their I think I might have said that wrong, parietal junction, their TPJ. Huge shifts in that area of their brain. The internal consistency of firing up in that emotional intelligence section of their brain, the TPJ. So guys, if you're looking to climb the career ladder, you're looking to master social grace, you're looking to just do better in life with less stress and more focus, more clarity, and just really letting your inner light shine so bright because you have to, guys. It's your birthright, it's your duty. This is a must. It's your obligation to the world, because what you have matters. What you say matters. What you do matters. You matter. So let meditation be a part of your life, and let your EQ command and control center just open wide up and see that your self-awareness improves, your adaptability to obstacles that come and you don't let them bother you as much, and the empathy for other human beings, and the self-motivation and the emotional balance. That's such a beautiful thing to have, to understand where your emotions come from, what's happening, and how you can get back grounded into yourself in a split second, guys. When you practice this, it happens so much more easily. So meditation has been like, it's been a really cool thing for a while, and I thought it was pretty woo-woo, and I was like, I don't know about that. But once I started, it was just unbelievable. The benefits and the shifts I've had, the profound shifts I've had in my own meditation practice, I can't even like talk about it enough. They're just huge, monumental. So science has confirmed this now. We know this. We know the science behind meditation and what it can do for our beautiful minds. So if you're wondering, well, where do I start? I'm a beginner. I've never meditated before, or I'd like to beef up my practice. I'd like to dive more into my practice. I'd like to start, whatever that might look like for you. I have the perfect thing. I have the perfect thing, guys. I have a beautiful 4-week course that is available to connect to right now. You can save your spot right now. It's in the link in my bio on Instagram, and it's in the description in Facebook. And if you have any questions, just DM me. But it's gonna be a beautiful journey, because we're gonna be like pretty much in a classroom setting, but in the comfort of your own living room. And we'll do 4 weeks of live workshop, like a mastermind together. So that means you can ask questions. You can understand the meditations better. We'll work specifically on meditations that deal with severe anxiety, deep depression, lack of self-worth and self-esteem, because to me, those were my game changers, and I cannot wait to share them with you all. And if you miss one of the meetings, that's okay. You'll get you'll get the recording into your inbox. So if you miss out, not a big deal. Rejoin us the next week, and it's gonna be super fun. I'm really excited about this. I've got half the slots full right now, and that to me, I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe. I was so excited to see that so many people are open to learn, to reduce the stress, to stay more grounded in their daily life. And just really, there's simple breathing patterns. There's some simple things I'll guide you through. And the best part is, I remember when I first started meditating, I would always wonder, am I doing it right? Now, of course, there's never no perfect right, but you want to ask questions. Am I breathing right? Am I sitting upright? Is this, I like details. And so in this, you'll have those details, which is really sweet, because we'll be there. We'll be there talking to each other through the video, through the chat. And I'm really excited to offer that. So if that's something you're interested in, swipe up on Instagram and go to my link in my bio. Facebook, DM me. I think I put it in the description, but for some reason I'm thinking I didn't. Anyway, DM me, reach out, have questions, concerns. Please don't hesitate to ask. I'll be back on Tuesday at 11 a.m. to talk about the next region of the brain that has to do with meditation and the benefits that come along with that. If you've missed my previous talks, don't hesitate to jump into the past posts that I've done. Have an incredible weekend. Big hugs to all of you. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself, for me, for listening, as I sometimes like to babble on, and I will let you go. Happy Friday. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.